What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. In today's video, we're here to talk about Quest 2 startup. Now, I originally wanted to include the actual startup for the Quest 2 in this video, which is just the basic stuff from when you actually turn the unit on to when you get to the home screen. But that's the problem with VR. It's kind of hard to demonstrate because of how the whole interface experience, it's really trapped in your head, and you can't really run a screen recorder until you actually have it set up. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to show the basic setup, but I could tell you it was pretty easy. Everything went smoothly. It didn't really take too long to get to the main screen. So now that I have this thing basically set up, I want to talk about a few basic things. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video is creating a play area. And that's going to be important because obviously you want a big enough area to play in, but you want that area to also be safe and free of obstacles. The next thing I want to talk about is equipment. And the nice thing about VR is really you have everything here. The only other thing you might want is a swivel chair like how I have here, especially if you're new to VR. Of course, you can play standing, you can walk, but you want to know that you're going to be okay to play at first. Starting in the chair is the best bet. And then we're going to cover creating a boundary, which is laughable. You're going to see me do it in the video, so feel free to laugh, tell me what you think. It's the funniest thing. It's literally watching a person move around like pointing something at the floor. It looks like they're doing invisible spray painting. And then we're gonna do some other basics such as creating an avatar. You gotta have an avatar in VR. You gotta have a digital representation of yourself. So that's what we're doing. We're also going to change our profile picture. That's going to be important. And then we're just going to go over the basics of the user interface. So all things said, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here we are in my VR area, and it's actually pretty large, but it probably looks small on camera because the camera is zoomed in. Now you're going to want to create one of these areas, and don't be overwhelmed. This takes time and experimenting, and to be honest, I'm probably optimizing my play area still. The most important thing is that your play area is going to be large and it's going to be free of obstacles. So the next thing we have is equipment. And the good thing about virtual reality is that equipment is very simple, right? So obviously we need the virtual reality headset and the controllers. I have just a bar stool to place this on, but if you have a side table, that would be great also. And then we have a chair that spins. That's going to be important for when you're playing VR. I actually recommend a spinning chair for new users until you get comfortable with actually standing. So I have a bar stool here. This is actually pretty high, which means it has a high center of gravity. I wouldn't recommend this because, as you could probably tell, it would tip over easy. If you lose your balance, I would actually recommend a computer chair, something lower to the ground. Again, it has to spin. That's going to be the important thing because you're going to be navigating in VR. Okay, so here are where things get kind of laughable. I have the Oculus Quest 2 powered up, and I'm going to slip it on. At this moment, I can't create an in-game recording for you to see, but that's going to be coming in the video here. What I can see is just the option to create a boundary. I'm going to try to explain all this the best I can, but I do have a pre-drawn boundary right now. I'm standing outside of it. It actually starts about right here. So whenever you're outside of the boundary, you get this invisible grid. It's like an invisible wall, and it shows you the boundary. When you're outside of the boundary, everything is black and white. And the interesting thing is, although I have the headset on, I could see my outside environment. So I can literally walk around the chair. I could go through this narrow area. I'm not going to knock anything over because I can see this. I can grab this chair. I can spin it. It is like a delayed kind of video, like I don't know by how many seconds, so there is a slight delay, but if you had to, you know, you could pick something up, you could rearrange it, so you can still see the outside world because this headset has cameras. That being said, I can actually see the controllers, I can grab them, and that makes it so much easier to get to work here. So I'm going to step into my pre-created boundary. Hopefully I'm still in the picture here. And I'm going to do the funny thing here. So you're going to see me kind of walk around And it's like spray painting my invisible boundary here. Again, the laughable part. So I'm gonna click redraw, and we're gonna have the grid-like wall. It's gonna drop down to the floor. We're gonna have like some plus signs, and it's basically what we're doing right now is we're indicating where the floor level is, right? That way the headset knows the floor is down there. We're gonna confirm that. And now is what I call the spray painting part. So we're gonna define our play area. I'm just gonna point here, and I'm gonna make sure the bar stools are outside of that because I don't wanna trip over the bar stools or hit them when I'm playing a game. So we're gonna just spray paint here. So it is, you do look kind of weird. And I can see the camera actually. So it's literally like spray painting. And I can see my dog. We're gonna draw around the bar stools. And that's an important thing too. So if you have pets like Neo, I don't know if you can see him, I don't know if he's coming into the picture, you might wanna put them away, which is kind of sad because they can hear you having all this fun and excitement and they wanna be included. And I've had Neo just whine and want to be included. The cool thing too, again, we're trying to explain this the best I can actually see Neo, and he's indicated as an obstruction, as something I could possibly trip over. So in this digital interpretation here, where he is, it's so futuristic. I actually have these bars that rise up to his actual height, indicating how tall he is as well. So I could just literally place my foot over him and I'm not gonna hit him. It's the coolest, most futuristic thing ever. Just this aspect alone before you even get into the game. So we're gonna verify our play area. We're gonna click continue. We're gonna confirm the Guardian boundary again. So before I actually start the screen recording, I can tell you I am in the user interface. I'm actually in this spaceship environment. You'll see in a moment. But there is like a navigation bar. It's like way up there. And I can't honestly reach it. I could point at it. I could use the buttons with the controllers. But it's easier if I do a reset. So that's what we have the Oculus button for on the right joystick. We just press and hold that. It brings everything up front to me. Again, very futuristic. If you're wondering why I didn't put my dog away, I'm gonna back up here just so I could see. So I can see him now, but that's the other thing. When you're in the boundary, you can't see the outside world. When you're out, you can see the outside world. But I'm only keeping them out right now because I'm honestly going to be staying right here. I'm not going to be playing a game for this video. We're just doing some very basic stuff. So we have a share icon here, and then we have record video. And now we're recording a video. So now you should actually see my environment here. You can see everything that's going on as I move. And we'll move around a little here. So in the video, you can't actually see my boundary. A lot of times they don't include that, but I can see it myself. I'm gonna reset my position here so that everything is more centered. Again, we're not gonna be moving too much. So the first thing I wanna do, again, we're in this spaceship environment. It's actually really cool. You can walk through it. You can kind of see what's going on. If you had a big enough area, ideally you could walk to the end of the environment on both sides. You could actually do that. We're going to change this environment though. So we're going to click on this gear icon here, and we have virtual environments. So here we are. We have a list. I'm more of a futuristic person, right? So again, we have the space station. There are a lot of different ones. We can download them. And I have the 256 gigabyte version Quest 2, which is what I recommend, because if you're going to be playing a lot of games, this is for people who are playing a lot of games. If you're going to do a lot of games, games will fill up this pretty quick. So you're going to want to go 256. There's a 64 gigabyte version. 256 is where it's at. If you're playing an occasional game or maybe just watching content, you can go with the lower version. that'll work fine. But 256 is where it's at if you're really going to get into this. Or if you just want to future-proof yourself and play it safe. So back to the environment, we have Cyber City. We're going to click on that. You can see this loads pretty quick. I actually downloaded it previously, which is why it also loaded pretty quick here. But it's really cool. So I'm going to just kind of drag my feet here. I know my dog's there. And I'm going to try not to lean out too much, because if I lean out, then I'll see my outside environment. We'll just do it anyway. So outside environment, I don't know if that comes in the camera, but when I lean out, I can see the outside environment. But Future City here, you can see things moving around. There's actually like wind noise. You know, it's just so cool. Now the next thing I want to show is how to create an avatar. So we're going to go to complete our profile. You could edit your profile name. I am actually going to click on that. We are going to change it to my face here. That's my YouTube channel icon, if you will. We'll click continue. And this is going to take a moment here. I want to try to change the name. I don't know how to do that yet. We could edit the bio. I could put something in there. But again, we want to go to edit avatar. We're going to click on that. And this takes a moment. So we've got some pre-created avatars. We can click on randomize. We want to make this like ourselves. So this is really cool. As I'm talking, you can see the mouth is moving. This might be a lady, and she looks like she's got a dude's voice. So we're going to start with face here. Skin tone needs to be on point. Let's see here. So we're going to go a little darker. A little darker. I think that's more like me. Pick a face that works. That's more pudgy. I think I'm more skinny. Yeah, it's close. I don't know. I think maybe we got this one too. I'm gonna go with this one. We got eyes, so we got eye color. I'm more brown. Eyelash color, that's definitely not me. We want to find black. Let's see. Okay, that didn't work. Maybe I can't pick that. Oh, that's the eyelash color. And then we have the eyebrow color. I think those are backwards. They should really be flipped around. That's a little confusing. Eyebrow color, there we go. It's looking a little bit more like me. Lips. I haven't tried this one yet. Okay, this is not gonna work here. I don't want no lipstick. You can see this gets pretty interesting though. I think I just picked one. Hair. Let's see. We don't get a whole lot of choices here. I could go bald here. I think the lipstick is really messing me up. I would like to have a hat. That might be in clothing, so we'll get there eventually. For the time being, my hair is really short, so we're gonna go bald. The lips are really bothering me here. I should have just left it the way it was. This looks like lipstick. Remove. There we go. Ha, perfect. So I look more like a dude again, or for the first time. So facial hair, limited choices. But this is like the closest thing. This is like the closest thing to me. You can see I look like mine now. Eyewear. Huh, I mean, that's pretty cool. So you can put on some cool eyewear. I'm gonna keep myself simple here though, clothing. I'm hoping that we can find something, if you wanna look more like grand, you could do this. So this is fun. This is the creation part here. I actually like this. Now this is nice. I can roll with this. I'm a gray fan. We're gonna go with the gray. We're gonna go with the gray. Uh, so we can save the avatar and exit. There goes me. That's me. That's what I look like. Okay, so here we are basically at the home screen here. The thing about the headset too, you might have to adjust it from time to time. Might have to slide it up or down a little bit just to get a clearer view. But home screen, so we have Explore. This is kind of like what you would see on a Netflix app or a TV app, anything like that. You have your games here. You have your recommendations, games you can play again, media apps. You can discover other content, multiplayer games. I would like to get into this. So if you have an Oculus Quest or a Quest 2, definitely look me up here. X-Halcon, I think I'm called here. I'm probably going to change that to Pixels Crack as soon as I figure out how to do that. Or I might just show up as Leon McDaniels. You can find me there, or just friend me on Facebook and we'll figure it all out. Sort out this mess, because VR is somewhat of a mess. Highest user ratings could be useful, not necessarily the best way to go. I've played games that I thought weren't that great that were rated high, and I probably have found games that weren't rated that high and I love. So, apps people love, must see videos like viral stuff, and then back to top. More from your apps, just content from the apps that you use. Entertainment is pretty big. I actually like watching Netflix on this. It's pretty immersive. I'm going to straighten myself out. You can see I accidentally hit the power button, so we're gonna cancel on that. Back to what I was saying, I actually love Netflix on here. This is one of the coolest things. You can lay on your back and stare up at the ceiling, watch Netflix. Pretty cool. It looks like you're in a hyper kind of sleep. So just be aware, like if your dog jumps on you or someone tries to rush you, tickle you, if you got people trying to bother you, sneak up on you, gotta be aware. And then we've got saved. So this is like your wish list here, things you would like to buy. Pretty straightforward. So if we jump to this grid icon here, it's going to show all my content here. Newest games I bought, newest games that I'm interested in, if you're interested. Also, these controllers, they have haptic feedback. At least the right one. I don't sense anything in the left. I don't know if maybe that's just how it is, or maybe it's low on battery or something, but let me know if you sense feedback, haptic feedback in the left side there. Let us know in the comments below. Comments help people, it helps everyone. But yes, games that I'm interested in playing right now: Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. I'm a big zombie fan. And then Population 1. I haven't tried these yet. I'm hoping to do a video to show all of you. But games that I totally do recommend. I, again, love sci-fi. We've got Space Pirate, phenomenal. Super Hot VR, phenomenal. Beat Saber. We're actually going to click the install, phenomenal. These are all games. They're fun to play. Space Pirate, I would say, is great for cardio. It's also great for flexibility. When you play Space Pirate Drainer, you're going to find yourself, you're going to be ducking, you're going to be leaning, you're going to be doing a lot of that. Super Hot, it's more reaction. So you're going to be aiming guns really quick. You're going to also be leaning, and you're going to be ducking, trying to avoid bullets and punches and that kind of stuff. Beat Saber, a little more relaxed in the sense that you could stay in one spot. You can kind of move side to side when you're playing. You'll probably be ducking a little bit, but you don't have to move so much. Actually, none of these games you really have to move, but you're going to be waving your arms a lot for that game. So those are like 3 games I recommend. Social apps, we've got Alt Space, we've got Rec Room. Those are pretty good. You've got YouTube and virtual reality. Death Horizon, also pretty good. We're going to hit the install button on that. That's another Another zombie game. Tetris, really good. Arizona Sunshine, I didn't really fall in love with it. Perhaps I got to revisit it again. There's been a lot of updates. If you're looking to possibly throw up, Mission ISS, totally recommend. Zero gravity kind of simulation games make you want to puke. I think that's pretty much it. Starting out, first thing to try, I would say Oculus First Contact. There's a cute little robot in here. He just kind of shows you the ways. There's some little fun interactions there. Pretty cool. And then must have, you gotta have that Netflix app. So final thoughts. So I just gotta say it's good to be back in the VR game. I was on a hiatus for a moment. Nothing against VR, but there were just a lot of projects to carry out, so that's why I haven't been involved. But we got some pretty cool games. I actually just jumped into one tonight, Population 1. Just one round, seems very, very promising. Can't wait to share some gameplay with all of you. And then we have that Walking Dead game. I haven't tried that yet. I really want to get into that. I think it'll be amazing. But we also did some things that I honestly did for the first time tonight. We had to create an avatar. I didn't do that yet. And then we had where I added a profile picture. So this is kind of weird because I had the Quest, the original, the OG Quest for some time. Never did any of this. I think what happened was just the excitement of the OG Quest and just playing games. I just jumped right in. Forgot to do those basic things. There's probably other basic things I forgot, like add into the bio there. I'll probably throw something in there. But yes, I am very, very excited about Quest 2. Can't wait to actually game now. Can't wait to game more on Stadia, Game Pass, Microsoft's cloud streaming service as well. Hoping to get up some gaming videos. And I got a few other tech items I still got to review too. So we got a little bit of work, but at least the light is at the end of the tunnel. And we can see that light, so it's looking pretty good. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching this on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, there are 3 ways you can support the content. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link found in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would like to buy, and anything that you do buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way you can support us is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way you can show your support is just by clicking the subscribe or follow button. Now, liking and subscribing are important because those are ways to vote on if you like the video or the podcast. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.